Let's make sense of all these headlines with Fred Kemp. He's president and CEO of the Atlantic Council. Let's start with Musk. Fred, why not? Geopolitics are now the order of the day for him, I guess.
Yeah, so it's rainy, it's gridlocked in New York. It must be the UN General Assembly. But for all the heads of state you have around here, everyone seems to want to meet with Elon Musk. You know, he's got 6 gigafactories, 4 in the U.S., 1 in Germany, and 1 in China, and he's looking at Mexico. So he talked to Erdogan. Erdogan would like to have one of these. You've got the French, the Spanish, and the Italians talking. India may figure in this. But Turkey's really interesting because it's had a 100-year history with Ford. It manufactures, has a big population itself. It's used to automobile manufacturing. It can ship to third countries. So that could have some, these stocks could have some legs.
In 2022, Elon Musk made a very bullish prediction for Tesla. And today, it's one of the most major reasons as to why investors are optimistic about their Tesla investment. Join us as we explore Tesla's biggest production target and how the automaker will achieve this incredible feat. Tesla CEO Elon Musk is on record for proposing that the electric car company could produce as many as 20 million EVs by 2030. In 2014, Tesla made 35,000 cars, and it has ambitious plans to get to 20 million vehicles by the year end of 2030. That's a 571 times increase in vehicle production in 17 years. The truth is, even at a 2 million vehicle per year run rate, if Tesla does get there this year, then that will be a 57-fold increase in vehicle production from 10 years. So the 2030 target does seem pretty unreal, but in reality it's actually quite an achievable feat. In this video, we're going to explore the possibility of Tesla manufacturing up to 20 million EVs by 2030, and several factors that will make that a reality. Let's dive in.
With Canaccord Genuity. George, how much does this strike of the UAW against what we call the Big Three benefit, potentially, non-union makers, especially Tesla?
Well, we think that this strike could have a positive impact on companies like Tesla and even Rivian because they don't have unions that they employ. And also, to the extent people need vehicles and they can't get them, well, there's an alternative. You could get a Tesla, you can get a Rivian. And we happen to think that despite certain price discrepancies, electric vehicles are just better performing vehicles. So to the extent that this strike lasts longer, it could benefit electric vehicle adoption in the 2 companies we cover, Tesla and Rivian.
Does it benefit the other manufacturers that are non-union but operate in the United States, Mercedes, BMW, Toyota, et cetera?
Certainly, we don't cover those, but they could certainly have a positive impact on them as well.
Although it's weird, George, because a lot of the EV names are down today.
Yeah, I mean, look, people had anticipated this positive impact that they could have, and the negotiations are fluid, and day to day we don't really track the performance, and who knows what's impacting the stocks from one minute to the next. But over an extended period of time, we think that these EV upstarts, including Tesla and Rivian, should take market share, and given their newfound infrastructure and their ability to build a vehicle from a clean sheet of paper should positively impact their results.
The 20 million number does have some basis in reality. There's roughly 2 billion vehicles on the road today, and they will all need to be replaced by electrically powered vehicles if climate change is to be controlled. Musk has said that replacing just 1% of these 2 billion vehicles per year means that there's going to be around 20 million EVs. And his goal is for those to all be made by Tesla. Already, Tesla cars make up around 1/3 of all EVs built today, much more than the production of companies like Toyota and Volkswagen combined. Hey guys, welcome back to Tesla Tomorrow. Tesla's Gigafactory in Nevada was built in 2014 and is now fully functional. The automaker only had a 500,000 vehicle goal by 2020. And that happened with only the Model 3 and Model Y, even though there were many skeptical that Tesla could never achieve this. That was a 14-fold increase in just 6 years. Applying that same logic today, to get to 20 million vehicles by 2030, that means that Tesla needs to have an 11-fold increase in 7 years, with 1.8 million vehicles this year, which, honestly, is still very conservative. So based on Tesla's growth in the past, we believe it should be able to reach its 2030 goal. Tesla can go 25% lower and still reach this 20 million vehicle per year goal. However, there are several things that the automaker does have to put in place. Let's see what some of them are. But before we do, if you like this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to keep up to date on everything going on with Tesla. For Tesla to actually produce up to 20 million cars by 2030, it's got to manufacture more vehicles, to be precise, more types, not just cars. Even Elon Musk has said that 20 million EV target can be reached with 10 vehicle models. Tesla expects its Cybertruck pickup truck to begin production before the end of 2023 in the Austin Gigafactory, and its heavy-duty semi-truck has entered pilot production in Nevada. The automaker has already disclosed plans that a next-generation lower-cost vehicle is going to be produced in Nevada and Mexico, but the timing is a bit sketchy on this new product. To reach 20 million cars per year, Tesla needs to develop several new car models. With the Model S at 11 years old and the Model X at 6 years old, both are due for a replacement or at least significant updates. Already, the next-generation vehicle, Cybertruck, and the Semi are already under development, so if Tesla can make more cars, then it will maybe meet up with this target even 7 years from now. Similarly, Tesla's production facilities, or gigafactories, are going to be critical in order for considering this number. Assuming that each of these existing gigafactories and the new Mexican factory could make up to 1 million cars by 2030 each year, then the total would only be around 6 million, and historically it took Tesla about 3 years to go from its announcement to building cars at a new location. While commendable, to reach 20 million by 2030, it means that Tesla needs to build at least 12 to 14 new gigafactories between now and next year in locations yet to be announced. To meet a 2030 timeframe, all those factories will need to be underway before 2027, 4 years from now. Interestingly, since Tesla's next-gen vehicles are going to have a smaller footprint, production and improvements should be faster than that of regular Tesla cars. Let's talk about the raw minerals needed too, and materials as well. And by this we mean the amount of raw materials available for lithium-ion battery production in 2030. Lithium production is one of the primary concerns as car makers worldwide are scrambling to meet their anticipated needs with long-term contracts and the purchase of mining companies to ensure their supply. Already, Tesla is a strong competitor here, but if it expects to build a third of the world's vehicles in 2030, it's going to need to scoop up most of the world's battery supplies, and that includes the raw materials supply. While battery technologies that use fewer materials to produce the same energy are under development, they're not going to be mainstream by 2030. But you ask, what about demand? Will there be enough people in the world that want a Tesla in 2030? Well, we assume there's going to be, since supply is simply the given price a consumer is willing to buy a product for. Elon Musk said at Tesla's Investor Day that the desire for people to own a Tesla is high. People want it, but they just can't afford one. And for this reason, Tesla is trying to lower costs and make its cars more affordable. The automaker has found that pricing is extremely important, and that small price decreases greatly increase demand. There is also an exponential increase in affordability as a car price approaches $20,000. At that price point, nearly 100% of people in the US can afford a Tesla, as well as in many places around the world, so the demand shouldn't really be a problem for Tesla. No doubt 20 million cars by 2030 does seem like an impossible mission for Tesla. However, it's important to note that Elon Musk, should he choose to accept it, has made it clear that this is more of an aspirational goal than a hard fast number, and we're not expecting too much from this automaker. Time will tell how Tesla does, and it's going to be interesting to see. But what do you think? Let us know down below, and if you want to know more about what Tesla's been up to over the last few days, go ahead and click on this next video on your screen. See you there.